how to create a command binding for this button control. If we work with the Microsoft Windows forms, then we know this. We have to create a click event, and then this click event will get generated. This implementation we used to do in the code behind. Simply for understanding, we'll put some message box once button is clicked from the user. So we put it hello. If you run this application, if you see carefully, once user will click on this button click, and then he will get one message as submit, and this hello message used to get it. Now if you put this logic inside any private method, let's say private void, we'll say some method. Inside the sum method, this is what the logic we are going to write it. So control X, and this is here. From button click event, we can call this method, and the same logic will execute because we are just calling this method from this click event. So again, here you can see same. If I click here submit, and this is the hello message will get generated. So now in MBVM model of a WPF application, we have to do most of the things from this ViewModel instead of a code behind. We should avoid, ideally we should avoid the writing the code in the code behind logic. So now, so here this instead of button click also we are going to bind the command itself. Before that, we have to write a command logic, how the command will execute. Command means in that command class we are going to implement a iCommand interface. So let's see, start with adding implementing a command interface. So from that command interface, we are going to pass this method through a delegate. That inbuilt delegate, action delegate, we are going to use for implementing it. Just create a delegate command as a class. Once class is created, we can inherit iCommand interface, and this iCommand interface, as interface is a strong binding. It's create a strong contract between this class and this interface. So we have to implement this interface. So in this interface, we have one event handler, one is a can execute method, and this is the execute method. As of now, we are binding this for a single button, and so we don't have any condition out of it. So just return true from this method can execute. So yes, we want to execute our command which is being passed for the execute method. So for how we'll pass this command, we need a constructor in this class. So create a constructor, and for injecting a constructor, we need one action method, action delegate. So this is the action, and simply we'll say as a action. This is the what property we created. And again, for injection from the caller side, and will pass our action which is injected from the constructor to this private action. And this action we have to invoke into the execute. So just invoke this action, that's it. This delegate command implementation using I command is completed. So now we have done with this one as a basic requirement. Whatever we want to do, we have done it with this. Just we want to execute this action. Now this close one, and now this code we have to move from here and to the view model. So go here again and add a simple view model class, view model. So this is a view model class what we have. Now we have to create a property of a I command type, and that property will be a of a I command type, and the name we can give as a button cmd. So this button cmd we have to initialize. Before that, we have to move this code, whatever the sum method code from this code behind to here in this view model. And we don't need this click event as well, so we can delete it from here. So there is a no code in the code behind. So whatever the code which we have written here, we have moved into the view model. That's a simple method, that is sum method. And this sum method we have to pass to this button cmd. So button cmd equals to new delegate command, which is we created the class for passing it, and here it's asking for the one action need to pass. So this sum method we will pass from this, we will inject to this constructor. So this delegate command, we from this delegate command we have passed this method as a sum method, and then once sub method is passed to there, it will execute and it will print a message box of a hello. Now Last thing which we have to do is to bind this command btn command property to the UI. So here, so for that one, we have to create a Windows resources here, Windows.resources, and here from this local namespace we have view model. Create a key for this view model. Let's say view model is just a key as a view model, and then this view model we have to bind as a data context to this one as a grid. So here we can create a static resources, and this is the view model we have binded. Now for here button command, here directly we can bind this property, that's command and binding, and the path which we have given, and this is the button cmd. You can see it's appear as part of intelligence. That's the button command path. Build and run, and then now click on the submit, so it's executed.